Hello, Bitcoin plebs and bulls. Here we are again to restart or resume the live streams of Saturday afternoon around 4 p.m. Portuguese time. Today, everyone is unhappy, I bet, with the developments that we had in Bitcoin since yesterday. I guess everyone is a bit crazy, but people are still joining the channel today, and I'm really glad to get back to these live streams on the main channel on Saturday afternoons. So let's see the people here. Okay, so we have Firmino today. We have Serafin also. I guess Serafin is a new guy here. No, he has been commenting on the channel. And Bruno is here. And of course, Thiago, the moderator, here too. We have more people, Pedro, and we have Mark Knife. Let's see. Fabio Costa, Andrea, of course. Here it is, the little cat looking at me, scary cat. Ricardo Patroni back. Hi there. And Hugo Cruz here today, watching live. That's amazing. Finally, you can watch it live. Okay, guys, so people are still joining. We just started right now, so we are still on time. And let's today we will see what has been happening with Bitcoin, what you should know about it. And of course, we are in scenario C. But before that, let's see. We have M. Rockefeller. Big Brother is watching you. And Felipe Rodrigues, welcome back. There's been some time since I last saw you all. And here we are today. Let's get back and let's start. Okay, before we go to the charts, guys, and the numbers, let me just make a little announcement. We have the website going on. I still did not update last night since we got into Spotify. So the Portuguese channel, the FU Money Portugal channel, which is the one with the green logo, is also on Spotify now. And as soon as we resume the podcasts, the conversations with relevant people in this channel to the orange one, the main channel, we will also put it in Apple Podcasts and Spotify. But for now, you can already check the website. The website, to go there, you just have to go to fumoneypod.com. You click on the button and you will see the page where you have the 3 channels we have on YouTube. The same 3 channels are also on rumble.com. And of course, we have the Telegram group for the English language guys that follow us. And on this one, we have the Telegram group for the Portuguese language people that follow the channels. Also for the Portuguese one, we have already the Apple Podcast link here. And soon enough, today, probably tomorrow maximum, I will update the page. And I will also insert here the link to Spotify. So now you can also listen to the podcast in Portuguese on the go in Apple Podcasts or Spotify. So that's really cool. We are expanding our platforms and people can now listen or watch the videos on YouTube, Rumble, and listen to the audio on Apple Podcasts and Spotify at the same time. So we are on all platforms. I just want this is the main channel, also to go to Spotify and Apple Podcasts as soon as we resume the conversations with relevant people on this channel in English. So English content also. Okay, guys, that's it. So don't forget, fumoneypod.com. Visit the site, click on Channels Network, and you can also watch the videos through the site. Just clicking on each of these channels, you can watch the videos also on the page of the site, not just on YouTube or Rumble. But in any case, the most important information is, of course, if you click the Channels Network, and you have all the links that you need to follow us accordingly to what you like. So, also, by the way, I'm going to put the numbers here already. So this continues to go down, which is amazing. Also, by the way, this is the new baseball cap that was just the first unit just came out of the production line yesterday. So I made a video on this channel. You can watch it, the machines producing the baseball caps. This is the new one with the new the new name here, which is not on the white letters anymore. This is now using the same font that was used for the logos of the channel, and the color is exactly the same. So now you have on one side the Bitcoin logo, on the other side you have the emojis that usually go with this channel, which is the FU Money podcast. So 3 emojis, and now the name is in orange too, the same colors of the channel. So if you'd like one of these hats, you of course just join the Telegram group and contact me directly. I will explain how you can get one. Okay, that's it. Let's go to the numbers. Let me put this in full screen, and here we are. Bitcoin back at $34,775. This is minus 10%, 10.9% since yesterday, since 24 hours ago. Of course, these numbers are only related to spot market volume. So you guys know that this does not include derivatives. And we are now at 34,787. That's minus 10.7% since the last 24 hours. Volume traded $18.8 billion, which is a lot, having into account that the previous time I watched these numbers, we were around 6 billion trading volume for the past 24 hours. So now it's 3 times more. And of course, lots of it was just to sell Bitcoin. So there are lots of sellers right now, but there are also many whales accumulating Bitcoin. And you should know that if you look at the numbers, especially if you go to Glassnode, you will see that the big whales are still buying Bitcoin at these levels, while the weak hands are selling everything. Okay, so Ethereum, $2,380. That's minus 16.3%, I guess. The Ethereum flipper fans, or the fans that would like Ethereum to flip Bitcoin, are getting really pissed off today because, you know, Ethereum is always falling more than Bitcoin. And we will not even talk about other shit coins here. Minus 18, minus 24, minus 16, minus 12, minus 20. So minus 20 again, minus 15, minus 23, minus 22, minus 22. So all the shit coins are bleeding like crazy. But Solana is the worst one. This crap is almost minus 25% down in just 24 hours. So to you Solana fans, good luck, guys. Good luck holding this crap. But anyway, the coin with the least drop was Bitcoin, of course, only minus 10.5 now. So this is recovering again a bit towards 35,000, just $200 in this minute. And let's see how this goes during the analysis of today. Of course, let me just also give a check here. Let's have a look at the mempool. The mempool is not so bad, So if you want to transfer Bitcoin right now, the minimum fee is 4 sats per byte. The maximum is 6. That corresponds to a price of 20 cents to 30 cents per transaction. So it's not, sorry, that's per byte. That's 20 cents per byte, 30 cents per byte if you use the maximum fee to get in the next block. So right now we have only 5, 6, 7 blocks waiting for transactions. We had a lot of transactions here around 3:45 p.m. Portuguese time, of course, and we are having also right now, just after 4 p.m., we had a lot of transactions coming into the mempool again. So that's why we had a little increase here on the percentage of fees. So it increased a bit. This was a bit lower, but the mempool is not really bad right now. It looks good. It's only 7 blocks waiting to get in the blockchain. Okay, so these are the numbers. We are now getting back above 35,000 and decreasing. So Bitcoin is decreasing. It's now less than 10% drop since yesterday. And probably we will continue around these levels for some time. Let's see. Hey, Magis, welcome back. Welcome back. I really like to see you here again. Really loyal follower and moderator of this channel. So Magis is here with us today, and we have a lot of people already. Wow. Thank you all for joining today. and I hope we can together try to make some sense of the charts, which we are going to right now. Okay, let's start with the total. So here, the unthinkable happened. We broke all the technical levels, okay? So we broke the support of September 2021, and we broke the support here of January 2022, the beginning of the year, when we actually came down to 1.86 trillion from the all-time high of 3 trillion. So we are now, the complete market is right now at 1.6 trillion. So we had a big drop, but that's the difference between Bitcoin and the total market cap. In the total market cap, we are still inside the support context. As you guys can see, I'm going to zoom in a bit so you guys can see we had this big drop towards the support context, which is the gray box. We crossed it, and now we are back above the lowest level and inside the support context again. So I don't believe we are going much lower for now in the short term, of course, and we are bound to have a bounce from here as the indicators, the oscillators down here, tell me that we are very low already in oversold territory. So the momentum is down. The context momentum also has been down already, but now was trying to reverse and going to the upside despite the big drop that we had, but we are still in the game. And I hope that this oversold, everything is oversold, extremely oversold, will make us bounce from here at least to have some recovery towards a V-shaped recovery. That would be amazing to have a V-shaped recovery in this scenario C that we are right now, as we broke the 40K support in Bitcoin. So it's scenario C. You guys know this already. If you have been following the channel, you know that I, some time ago, a few weeks ago, even starting last year in December, I plotted 3 scenarios here on your screens when you were watching the videos. And now we are in scenario C because we broke the support around 40K, but we will go there as soon as we go to the Bitcoin charts. So right now, total market cap, of course, we failed the target of the cup and handle, so this will be invalidated for now. And we have been going down. There's a big whale selling. I don't know who I was trying to investigate this morning. I've been seeing lots of Bitcoin being transacted on the blockchain. This is not normal because last year we had lots of upside and lots of volume, but the blocks didn't contain so many Bitcoins. And for some reason, starting in December, I started to see with the Bitcoin Explorer on the blockchain, lots and lots of Bitcoins. And even just some blocks ago, we had a 200,000 Bitcoin transaction on one block. One block contained 200,000 Bitcoins in different transactions, of course, but really big ones. So I was trying to investigate, but of course I couldn't find out who is the owner of that wallet. But let's see what's going to happen in the next few days. I guess this Black Swan event, no one knows really what happened so far, but I guess in the next few days we will find out. Someone will find out what happened and tell us who is selling this amount of Bitcoin. Of course, it's not El Salvador because they don't have this amount of Bitcoin. It's not Michael Saylor because he didn't sell any. He actually bought recently in January, and El Salvador also bought around $36,500 yesterday. Nayib Bukele just announced it, so I guess they are not selling, they are buying, and I also bought. So I will explain that when we go to the Bitcoin chart, okay? But the total market cap right now is still on support. That's what counts on this chart. That's the really important thing, is to know that the total market cap is now getting back up to the support context, and the momentums are so oversold that we are likely to reverse soon, rather sooner than later. And we just have to be patient. Keep calm here, guys. Don't be crazy. Don't do anything stupid. Don't start to sell your Bitcoins on the negative position, and wait. This is a wait moment. Don't do nothing. Just eat some popcorn and ride the wave. Let's see. Of course, also Bitcoin dominance has been going up. So that means that all shitcoins are bleeding like crazy. So all you out there, fans of shitcoins, you are all bleeding also with your shitcoins all together, because Bitcoin is the one going down the least. And of course, we are now almost close to 42% dominance and continuing to go up. But there is nothing really important to see here. We hold for the third time. We held the line on the support of the 40%, and we are now getting back above it. So here it is, the big candle of today. We were actually, let me check here. We were at a minimum of 39.20, 39.2%. And we have been already at 42.5, and we are now almost close to 42. So Bitcoin dominance is now going back up, and you guys can see also the momentum and the context are also going up here. So I guess shitcoins are bleeding like crazy. So I hope you 100x degens are taking some pain, because I've been warning everyone that this is the stupidest thing is to buy shitcoins. But anyway, it's your money, it's your option. Okay, let's go to Bitcoin monthly chart. And the monthly chart looks like crap. To be honest, this looks like crap. We got out of the triangle, so we didn't hold that. So we went in scenario B as soon as we came out of the triangle. Yeah, Fabio Costa just sent me a message. Really, really cool here. Let me put it on screen. Don't go hard on altcoins. It's not altcoins, man. It's shitcoins. Don't go hard on shitcoins. USDT is doing great. Yeah, exactly. USDT is doing great. Actually, my euros are even doing better than USDT, because if you convert some, as I do, I never use stables. I always convert to fiat whenever I want to take some profits or protect some positions in Bitcoin that might go negative. So I transferred it to euros. And of course, not today, of course, just a few days ago, but euros are even doing better than USDT. So because the dollar has more inflation right now. Okay, but that was funny. That was a joke, of course. And here we are. So this is the monthly chart. The monthly chart took us to the support of the 20-period SMA. So this is really important, guys. You have to zoom out and see what's happening. I guess the big majority of you, when you start to see the price coming down like crazy, like yesterday, you just think about, oh man, we are going down $5,000 and $2,000 and stuff like that. But you have to zoom out and look at the charts. So we have been going through this range, actually. The entire year of 2021 was a range. We didn't have any trend, so the trend actually stopped here in March 2021. We came back down to make this low, and the low was inside the triangle still around June. So the lowest point was in June 21, and then we started to go up again. We had a fantastic month here in October, like crazy, going up more than 20K in one candle, one monthly candle. Then we had another fake out outside of this triangle. We came back down, and the triangle did not hold the lines. So here we went from scenario A, which would be the reversal inside the triangle to go up, and we went to scenario B, which was to retest this low of October. So scenario B also didn't hold here, and we are now in scenario C, which is the retest of the 30K plus level for Bitcoin price. And right now we are being held by the 20-period SMA on the monthly chart. So guys, just look at that. Exactly on top of the 20-period SMA, the price action stopped going down, and we are now being supported exactly around those levels. But the most important one is the weekly chart, in my opinion, of course, because that's where you see if Bitcoin goes to the 100 period or the 200 period SMA and goes below it, which never happened, in fact, just for a few seconds probably in the past. But we will check that. Let me check here. I always forget if this is the, yeah, it's the 100 period. So I will check it on the weekly chart here. So right now we are entering the bearish momentum on the monthly chart. The MACD is now red for the first time. This is red since March 2020. Okay, so it's bad. I'm not saying this is good. It looks really bad according to the oscillators, the RSI, the charts. The only positive thing here on the monthly chart is that the 20-period SMA held the price. But if you look at the MACD, the last time we had a red bar on the MACD for the monthly chart was in March 2020. Since then, we have been accumulating and going up, then going down, then going up again, and now the first red bar and also the cross of the blue line below the orange line on the monthly chart. The RSI is just at the, middle of the way, so it's around 50. So not really anything to look here, but right now that's what we have, and I hope the 20-period SMA on the monthly will hold the price and give us some stability for this range that is going like this, and I will show it in the last chart of today. Okay, that's it for the monthly. We don't need to take so much time looking at this chart. Let's go to the weekly, and here it's the important thing. Here comes the 100-period SMA. As I said before, this is now exactly at the same level as the lows of June. The lows of June here, actually we are above the lows of June, but we are close to the candles close and opening of July. Okay, so this is the level to look for. This is where the 100-period SMA is at right now, exactly at the same level as the lowest candle close and opening of July 2021. And so it's around 31,500 and continuing to go up. So remember, guys, that I don't remember except for this area here after the bear market, or during the bear market, almost close to the end of the bear market, after the top of 2017. That's the only period when Bitcoin went below the 100-period SMA, and then since then we had only just a flash crash here because of the the C word in March 2020, and always above the 100-period SMA. So that's really important to take into account here. Let me just go back. Yeah, so this is correct. So I'm not expecting this to go below the 30. Okay, this will hold almost for sure that we will be, the price action will not go below this moving average here. If that happens, that will be really, really, really bad. Okay, but for now, that's what we have. I'm not expecting, and by the way, in the weekly chart, on the weekly chart, if you look at this, you can only say that we are in a bear market if we close weekly candles below the lows of July 2021. This low here will technically be the level where if you go below it and you start to close candles below this level here on the weekly chart, then you can say that this was, or this is, the possible start of a bear market, unless we recover immediately after 1 or 2 weeks, probably below that level. Okay, so technically the level, of course, for me, this is a very, very bearish cycle. We are going in right now, but technically you are not in a bear market. And that's amazing. You are not in a bear market unless you close weekly candles below this level here, which is around 31,000. Okay, 30,000. Let's make it 30,000. Let's make it round, a round number. If you start to close candles below 30K, then probably you can say we are starting a bear market. And if we continue to go down, for several weeks, closing candles below the 30K, yes, then technically you are in a bear market. For now, if this holds, if we don't go below or we don't close the candles below the 30K level on the weekly chart, then of course, technically this is still not a bear market, but it's a very, very strong bear cycle. The RSI is really close to get to the oversold. We still have some room for the downside. And by the way, we also have some room to touch the 100-period SMA. So this could be coincident here. If we go to the 30K level to retest this low of July 2021, we will probably have the RSI on the weekly chart going oversold here. And probably this will also help to reverse the price. So this is invalidated now. I'm going to, in fact, remove the circles here because the pattern did not correspond Okay, so I don't care about that anymore. I will leave this one because this would be the trigger if we go above the 70% for another parabolic move, but this will take some more time, so I'll just leave it there and do nothing and wait for some time in the future when this line goes above the 70% and we have a weekly close above 70% on the RSI. That might be the trigger for another parabolic move, but for now it's doing nothing. So the MACD continues to go down. We are now very, very extended also to the downside on the red bars. The blue line continues to go below the orange, and because of this big drop yesterday, we were about to go sideways and stop the bearish momentum, but now we are again pointing down, and there's no signs of recovery here unless we get stabilized around this level. We are held by the 100 period SMA, and then we reverse to the upside, continuing this huge range that we have been experiencing for 2021, the entirety of 2021, almost 1 year. We have been going up and down in between the same range, which is 30K to, I would say, an average of 63, 64K. Okay, so 30K range for 1 year. So no one is in the loss if you bought below 30K. Some people would be in loss if they bought above the 50 level, which is around here, which is almost the middle of the range, which goes from 30 to 65. So let's be calm. Let's continue to wait for the technicals to develop. We need to see what happens in the weekly chart, mostly in the weekly chart. If we continue to go down, if we are supported by the 100 period SMA, and if we don't close any candles below the 30K level, then, and I mean candles, it's not just one, guys, because the next week we could go up again. So if you start to close candles like 2, 3, 4 below the 30K level, then okay, I have to admit, technically, there's the start of a bear market, and this could be a double top, a huge double top for this huge range. Except if we are held here by the 100 period SMA and reverse, then probably we have continuation again inside this range to retest the all-time highs. So looking at the charts, yes, it doesn't look good. It's really bad, really bad. No one knows what happened because there are no news associated with this. And don't tell me this is the Russian ban, because it's not. No Russian ban could do this. And I've been watching the blockchain since December really closely. And it started to have a lot of Bitcoins being transacted since December last year. And this year with absolutely no volume. We have no volume. This is absolutely no volume. And the price goes down like that because there are big sales. Someone is really selling big. And people are not yet buying because I bet they are waiting for better prices around the 30K level, especially institutions. So that's it. The oscillator here was already on the green, but because of yesterday, this went back to red. But you don't see anything else here. It's not going to the downside anymore. It's just stabilizing around these levels. The MACD continues to increase the gap. So the previous bar is lower or smaller in size than the current bar. And the RSI still has some room to the downside. So we might really well test the 30K level, as I said, that we would. And if you guys remember, in the last time I was in the Hard Fork Cafe in a Portuguese analysis, previous Saturday, I said, if we break the 40K level, this will be 1, 2, 3 days max to get to 30K. If you remember, I said that on the Hard Fork Cafe, and this is it. This is it, okay? I was exactly predicting this. If we break the 40K level, this will be a huge drop directly to 30K, which will take like 1, 2, 3 days. For now, it's just 1 day, but we might still go there in the next 2 or tomorrow or next 2 days. So I was anticipating this big drop. I just didn't want to believe that we were able to break the 40K level because it was so strong there. But anyway, someone was really selling big. So let's take a look at the daily, which is not really important right now. I don't really like the daily chart. It doesn't tell me much, except that in a few days, if we continue to go down, actually, if we close today like this and tomorrow we stay the same, just in, so this is 6, 7, 8, 9 in just, let me just, oh shit, okay, that. So this is a 7, this is a red 7, and in 2 days we will have a daily MRI bottom, which could correspond to the next reversal, if you want to believe so, or it might take us. So actually, I want this to go down. I really want this to go down to 30K. Because if we take 2 more days to get to 30K, probably we will coincide with the big support around 30K with the MRI bottom on a 9 red and then reverse the price in a V-shaped recovery. That would be the best case scenario for now, but I don't know if this is going to happen. Let me just remove the ticker for now because this is bugging me. So I really want this to continue to go down to 30K, 2 more days, and we have the perfect count for the MRI bottom, possibly indicating a reversal here in a V-shaped recovery. That would be a great and amazing, and start to see Bitcoin again going up after this big sell-off that we had this past few weeks since December last year. So actually it started middle November. So that's the daily chart for you. Nothing really important. The MACD continues to be bearish, but look at that. Look at the daily RSI. We are now around, below 20. We are below 20. I cannot even see it here. Let me just increase that. Yeah, we are at 20. So the RSI is, so the oversold starts at 30 and we are now at 20.5, which is 20, round number. And that's huge. That's huge. This is a great buy opportunity, but I would not do it now. I would wait for this bearish momentum to stop completely, start to indicate some reversal, and you might get even lower prices if this goes to 31, 32, and then we have the MRI bottom. And the MRI bottom might indicate a reversal. So technically, we are still not in a bear market, although I say, of course, I have to admit that this is a very, very bear cycle we are now living for the past 2 months at least. And technically, I need the prices on the weekly candles to close below 30K, 29K, which was the low of June 2021. And that's it, guys. It's just wait and keep calm. Because I've been doing this since 2017. I've been seeing bear markets. So I'm not worried. I know that sooner or later we are going to surpass the all-time high of 69. So it's really, really a question of when. Okay, so let me look at the charts and see here who is asking something before we continue to the next one. Let me go to the social tab here. Wow, so many. Okay, I need, what do I need? I need the, okay. Oh, okay, that's cool. Now I have the round around, okay, so this one, yeah. Pedro, welcome. Nice to see you again, man. And so we have a question here. Hey, who able again to be here on your live? Thank you. I heard that the government authorized the sales season to the stores in Portugal. It's the sales season extended to crypto. What do you mean by sales season? I guess you are just joking, but I didn't know we had sales season right now. But yeah, I mean, I guess you are talking about saldos in Portuguese, but yeah, that's just a joke. I get it. Have a look at the on-balance volume on the hourly. On-balance? You mean, Magis, you mean the Glassnode chart? On-balance? Because I don't have that chart ready right now. So if that's what you mean, man. Yeah, exactly. So Pedro was talking about saldos in Portuguese. That's the word for sales. Yeah, I get the joke now. Let's see. Okay, so the daily chart is, as I said, we have 2 more days of possible downside. It might take us to 31, probably 30 in the worst case scenario. Then we have an MRI bottom. For the weekly, I didn't check the count. Let me just very, very quickly look at the count. Oh man, we are on a 1. So this was supposed to be the green one, and this is now a red 1 because of the big drop. So weekly MRI doesn't look good, but we might just have a bit of luck with the daily MRI bottom in 2 days from now if we continue down to around 31, 32. That would be the average level for this drop if it continues to go down, or in the worst case scenario, we might retest 29.5 or 30K and then have the MRI bottom, reverse this like a V-shape, and that would be really cool and give opportunity to some people to get back into the market at really cheap prices. Okay, so that's it, but OBV. Man, you have to explain it. What chart exactly would you like me to see? Magis, yeah. Can you explain it further, please? Because I don't know what chart you mean. If you're talking about the OBV indicator, I don't have it. Oh, OBV, you mean? Do you mean the volume here on the side, on the hourly chart? Okay, let's see. Hourly chart. Okay, it's loaded. The MRI is loaded now. We continue to go down in the past hours. Lots of hours going down here. Yeah, so Marco, yeah, I was looking at the chat. Sorry, guys. So Marco is asking, wait, what is one first red candle for this week? Yeah, exactly. So let me just go back and show you the weekly chart. Yeah, so as we had an MRI bottom during the past week, this was supposed to be the first green one. And then this one, if it went above that, this big red candle here, this weekly candle, would be the green 2. However, we broke that and we continue to the downside. So as we continue to the downside, the MRI again flips the count, resets the count, but flips it to red. So this is now a red 1 for this candle here. But as we had just had an MRI bottom and the actual candle continued to go down, I don't believe this will be very, very relevant in the on the weekly chart because of this big support we have around 30K. So I'm not expecting another 9 weekly candles to the downside. I really am not. That would be completely crazy. And if we break the 30K level, then it's, you know, game over. So on the daily chart, we still have a few more days. And if you look at here, we have a few more days, 7, 8, 9. So this means Sunday and Monday, and then we'll have an MRI bottom. So we have 2 more candles to have an MRI bottom, which might trigger the reversal. Now, the only question here is, are we going to 30K or are we staying around these levels and stabilizing the prices for now until we have in 2 days the MRI bottom? So that's the big question, and that's why you have to continue looking at the charts, using your brain and not your emotions. Don't do anything stupid. This is not the time to sell right now because you might be selling the bottom. Okay, so that's really important. Don't do anything crazy and just keep calm and keep watching the charts, and let's see when the reversal happens. I'm not expecting the price to go below 30K. If that happens, then yeah, of course, by all means, if you have 1 or 2 weekly candle closes below 30K, then it's your option if you want to sell negative positions and hold on to dear life for the rest of the bear market, if that happens, or not. So that's your decision, of course. Let me see. Okay. Let me just take a look here at the pro indicators. And this is what I wanted to show and compare to what you saw here in the total market cap. You see the guys that we have been outside of the support context, but immediately got back up, and we are now at the same level as the support context, the gray box. But if you look at the Bitcoin context, we are below it, and we are now on top, exactly on top of the moving average of the pro indicators framework. So we went a bit below it, and we are now being supported by the moving average of the pro indicators framework, which is not the same as the moving averages. This corresponds to a different time frame. Okay, so this is like the So this is daily. This is like the weekly moving average of 100, close to 100 moving average, but it's not exactly the same numbers. Okay, so right now this indicates that we are still, the fact that this moving average of the indicator is still going up indicates that we are still in a bull market. And of course, only if we go below the levels of July and June 2021, this will start to go sideways and start to go down. So for now, the Pro Indicators framework also tells me that we are technically, we are still in a bull market because this is going up. And if we don't close the candles below the lows around here, then we are not get into a bear market yet. Look at the oscillators in the Pro Momentum. We are at minus 97. Minus 97 on the momentum. So guys, this cannot go much longer to the downside because we would explode the scale. This is a maximum of 100 and we are now at minus 97. So I'm expecting some sideways action here or a reversal soon if we have some big bull entering the market right now. But look at the volume, and this is the daily volume. So you have the peaks where we had, this was the extreme drop of 56% we had mid 2021. You have the volume indicating the peaks you guys see here. So we don't have a peak like that yet. I don't see the volume being a leading indicator in this case, but we are below the support context. This is completely crazy. This is irrational what happened because usually you don't break the technicals. This has broken, the price of Bitcoin has broken all the technicals. It broke the support context, it broke the bottom of the trend channel, it broke the moving average of the indicator, which is still going up. It broke it too, and now it has stopped, and it's not showing any signs of fast recovery to the upside. So it's really crazy. There's no technical way to explain what happened unless someone sold billions and billions, but there is no volume. There is no volume. So this basically tells me that people stopped buying completely, and everyone is trying to sell at lower prices to get out. Some retail, of course, but I guess there are some big whales also selling. They sold yesterday because I've been watching this since we had the all-time high in the middle of November. I have been watching the Blockchain Explorer. There's a lot of Bitcoin going around. One block with 200,000 Bitcoins. That's crazy. So guys, that's it. Let me look at the dollar. The dollar continues doing nothing, just at the same level as always during this week. The past week since Monday, of course. It's always trying to go back above, but it's not being able, so we will not have an engulfing candle, and that's bearish for the dollar, except we are also being supported by the 200 period SMA. We have gold trying to get back above the previous swing high, which was here, and also another one just next to it, the previous swing high, which is around 1876. And now gold is still stopped here, doing nothing like a snail. Now, the S&P, this is amazing what happened on the S&P. So this is also helping to drive Bitcoin down, of course, because some investors realized that probably the money machine is going to stop printing some money for some time. And they already threatened people with increasing the interest in the interest rates, sorry, for money. So the S&P is going down like crazy. So we had a big drop on the S&P. This is also not very, very famous. So it might be the start of the Great Reset. You guys know that. Let me check the percentage down. Damn, 9%. Almost 9%. 8.99. So it's 9% is huge, huge. It's almost 10% for the S&P in just 1 week. Let me check the daily chart here and see when this... Wow. This is huge, guys. It broke on the daily chart. It broke the 200 period SMA, and it continues to go down. There's no week below it, so it's really strong going down. And I'm curious to see how this will open on Monday. And of course, many investors on the S&P starting to sell, and probably selling some Bitcoin too. Some Wall Street whales selling Bitcoin to compensate for some losses here. But that's amazing. And we still are 3 days away from the MRI bottom on the daily chart of the S&P. So nothing looks good. The overall markets are going down. The dollar is also in a downtrend. Gold is just holding the lines, trying not to go down again, being supported really closely by the moving averages, and that's it. And this big drop on the S&P is amazing. You didn't have a candle like that. This is the variation of this candle is 5.7%. Let me check. 5, 3, and 0.3. You didn't have a candle like that since March 2020. Okay, the S&P never dropped in the weekly chart like that in this amount since. So we had a big variation here, and after that one, that's the biggest. So this is since March 2020. You never had this kind of drop in 1 week. This one is also big, but this was 5.6, so just a bit smaller. And this one was the biggest one since March 2020. So this is huge for the S&P. Let me check. Magis also said something here. Selling at a loss breaks my #1 rule. Exactly, never lose money. Exactly. So Magis, so the OBV, yeah, exactly. It's the same as the RSI. The RSI is completely oversold on the daily chart, and there are no more sellers. There are no sellers. So I guess it's not. Looking at this chart here, this is to me this is the simplest and easiest way to look at this. We had a support here at 40K. The support was retested twice. So it was retested once, so sorry, that means already 2 times, and then it broke, and we are now getting close to this level of support, which I will also draw a line here so that everyone, okay, I can just copy this one, move it here. Okay, and this will be, let me check. Yeah, I will put it around 30K. Okay, so 30K, this is the next level. Look at that. Support here, support twice, support again, support again, support again, support again, and support again. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. We held the line 9 times around 30K. This is huge. Let me put here the... Oh, by the way, for some people always saying that my the logo is on top. This is always Bitcoin, guys. So it's always Bitcoin versus dollar, and all the rest of the information you have it here. It's the daily chart. It's an index chart. And on TradingView, index of TradingView, so that's it. There's nothing to see here below, behind this, the logo. It's just written Bitcoin / US dollar. That's it. Okay, so that's it. This is the range that has been being resistance around 40K, support around 30K, and then the 40K turned support also when we broke it to the upside for the second time. Here in August 2021, became support, 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 and broke. And we are now again in the middle of this 30 to 40K range. So this is the second line and the last one for technically a bear market. So let's see some questions. Let's discuss it a bit. Let me change the angle here. Let me put myself also into the screen, and let's discuss it a bit. I see Paulo Traça is also writing some stuff. It smells like ink price action. Man, try not to write with, you know, half words or something like that, because I might not understand what you mean. Okay, and BTC drop exactly 60 minutes after market close. Option calls de-risking. Yeah, I believe that. I believe that this might be. Let's see where Paulo wrote that. Yeah, so this phrase here, BTC drop exactly 60 minutes after market close. So this was yesterday, of course. Today, Saturday, the markets are closed. So he's referring to Friday markets. And yeah, I believe so. I believe that many of the guys in Wall Street sold S&P 500 and also sold Bitcoin to de-risk the positions they had on the S&P and Bitcoin. So, and also to cover for some losses they had probably on the markets during this week. So this is one of the reasons I believe we have been going down. Of course, I don't believe there is a huge correlation between the S&P and Bitcoin. The correlation are the people. And of course, if people get some losses on the markets, of course, they will try to compensate that by selling some Bitcoin. And probably that's one of the reasons too why we have been going down this last day. So it's about 24 hours now that we have been going down. So now the question remains, what should you know about this? And what should you know? You should know that the most important level of your life is now 30K. And if we break that, we might be going into the bear market that no one wanted. And if this becomes a double top, that's huge. So I would not like to see that. Let me just go back to the chart. If this becomes a double top, and then we have a bear market for 1-2 years, no one wants that, guys. And 30K will be the technical point of, you know, Alessio Rastani said that if we break the 40K level, we are in a bear market. I do not completely agree. I agree like 50%, but the other 50%, we have to break the 30K level too. And that is the technical mark, okay? That will put us into a bear market. And I said I was going to show you something. Yeah. So I was going to show you that this might be, I don't know if this is the one. Nope, probably they should make it better so we can see where this is. Trend, ellipses, rectangle, path, parallel channel. Yeah, so I had this already here. We might be going through something like that, where we have accumulation periods, and then we have trends, and then we have accumulation periods, and then we have trends, okay? So in this range here, we went from almost 5,000. Let's make it around 5,000 here, 5,000 to 12,500. Then we came back down to, and we had this big V-shaped recovery here on March 2020, you guys know, because of the C word. So we went back down to 4,000 and then again to 12,500. Then we started a range here. So accumulating here before the trends actually started to the next all-time high. So I discussed this many weeks ago on the Hard Fork Cafe one Saturday evening at 10 p.m. Portuguese time. And I said this might also be one of the scenarios, which is really, really important. We might be having, you know, accumulation steps and trends in between. So if Bitcoin decides to accumulate, and this was a long time, this was from April 19 to October 20. So this was like a year and a half of ranging between 4K or 5K and 12.5K. Then we had a trend that took us to the next all-time high. And now we are ranging between 30K and 65K. And the ranges, of course, get bigger in absolute numbers, not percentages, of course. But this might be another one of those ranges. If we go back to 30K, find support, go back up and break the range to start a new trend, we might be in for another trend sooner, around what? Around half 2022, we might be yeah. So third quarter, end of second quarter, beginning of third quarter of 2022, we might be testing this range down and getting back up to break it and start a new trend like we just did back here. This is one of the possibilities I've been studying. So I don't know if you guys agree or not, but let's see what you write, what you guys are writing there on the chat about this possibility of just ranging on steps. Yep, ranging. So first step after the bear market trend. Second step, we might go back down to 30K, break the 65 again, new all-time high, start a new trend to the third step, and continuing like that until we actually have a really big bear market and a big drop. I don't know if you guys are considering this possibility, but it's one in my mind that we might have this steps and ranges and trends. So right now we continue to go down. We are now at 35 again, 35,100. I don't know. We need to calm down. Everyone needs to calm down. Keep calm, relax, eat some popcorn and ride the wave with a smile on your face. And don't worry, because sooner or later this will go up again, even if it takes, another bear market in the middle. But that's a possibility I've been thinking about since last year around, I don't know, the first time I discussed this was probably October, November in the channel and also on Hard for Cafe when I was invited one Saturday evening. And it's actually turning out to be the same. So it's turning out to be what I described at the Hard for Cafe as one of the possibilities, and we were still here at the all-time high. So I guess I started to discuss this possibility around the third week of November, probably last year, and said if we continue to go down, this might be something like we had here, accumulation, distribution, Wyckoff distribution, Wyckoff accumulation, Wyckoff distribution, Wyckoff accumulation here at the bottom again, around 30 to 32K, and then reversal to the upside. Probably it will take you guys to exhaustion here, to be exhaust like it did here in the summer of 2021. Everyone was crazy already because this didn't move to the upside, and then do it again going back up. So I don't know if you guys agree with that, but it's one of the possibilities I have in my mind, and so that's why I'm not really worried. I know that sooner or later this is going to reverse again. I don't believe that we will break the 30K to the downside. That would be really, really bad. So I guess all the defenders, all the Bitcoiners would join in and hold the lines around 30K, because this is a really important technical level that cannot be broken, or it takes us to another bear market, which might take at these levels years. Okay, this might take years. This might take 1.5 years, 2 years, 3 years, who knows. So I just hope that we get some people buying here. Okay, that's it. Let me just hide those channels. Let's leave this for now like that, like this, and this is the next level, guys. So we have to be watching this. Don't forget the weekly. So the weekly close has to be, let me go back there so you guys can see it. So just to sum it up, I guess the 100 period on the weekly chart has to hold the lines, because this is exactly at the same level as we had closes and openings of candles in July 2021. The 100 period SMA is now one of the most important lines in your life. It has to hold if we go down. And this is the support I've been discussing from 29 to 31K. And that's the middle red line, the average line here, which is around 30. So this goes, of course, from 29, 28.5 to 31, 31.5, something like that. It's always an interval. It's not really accurate. So this is the support level we cannot break. And that's where exactly the 100 period SMA is at now. So the pro indicators also tells me that we are on top of the moving average of the indicator, and we went below it, and we are right now at the same level as the moving average. breaking all technical levels, breaking support, breaking the trend channel, breaking everything that we did not expect. So there is absolutely no technical reason for this to happen. This should have been held here around the $39,000 level, and it broke, and we are now at 35,000. So don't despair. We don't have the technicals yet to say that this is a bear market. However, this doesn't help. Okay, the fact that the dollar is still trying to go up also doesn't help. And we now are exactly in the middle of this down range here. So actually this is the bottom half of the big range that I showed you guys. Okay, so any questions? We are already with 1 hour. So this is my weekly analysis. As usual, we just resumed the weekly analysis on Saturdays. So I guess some of you were missing that. We have a lot of people watching today. Thank you guys for being here. And I have a few more minutes for questions if you want to ask me anything. While you think if you want to ask me anything, let me just show you guys again the website that you should check to have all the information about the channels we have on YouTube, Rumble, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. So there's a bit of a difference between some channels, so you can check it here. If you go to fumoneypod.com, you have check the network of channels, click the yellow button here, and you have, of course, this channel you are watching right now is this one, the orange logo. Then we have the Portuguese content channel with the green logo, and then we have the news channel with the red logo. Okay, so we have the 3 channels on YouTube, and some of them, of course, also this Portuguese here, the Portuguese content channel also has already the Apple Podcasts for you guys to listen to the conversations on the go, audio channel only on Apple Podcasts. And since last night, we are also on Spotify with this channel here. So if you speak Portuguese or you understand Portuguese and you want to listen on the go for those really interesting conversations I have with some really relevant guests, visit Apple Podcasts or Spotify if you prefer to use Spotify. So we are now on Spotify and Apple Podcasts on this one. We are also on Rumble on all 3 of them. And if you want to have a more closer contact with all the people that follow the channels, you can also join the Telegram group. The English language one is here, the link for the orange channel, and the Portuguese one is here for the green channel. So follow the links, subscribe, help this channel to grow, or the network of channels to grow, because we have 3, and make be a part of the Telegram group where you can discuss. On the English language channel we have around 700 members already there, and on the Portuguese one we have 300 and something, so you can join each one of them according to your language preferences. Okay, let's go back to the charts, and if no one wants to ask me anything, thank you, Addy Burity. I don't know if I said it correctly. Addy Burity, I guess. The message is in Portuguese, and it says congratulations, really, reasonable analysis, thoughtful analysis, and thank you for that. So I guess no one wants to ask anything else because I don't see the orange background on the questions, although we have a lot of people watching right now. So it really kills me to have to go, but this is already more than 1 hour and 10 minutes. So guys, if no one wants to ask me anything, I really appreciate you being here today. Don't forget, gently touch the like button if you enjoy the content. Subscribe to the channels, go to the website and follow the links that you are most interested in, and be a part of the FU Money community. Don't forget, we have the hats, the new ones. Oh, and I almost forgot to show you. They are now, look at that. This is a limited numbered edition. Okay, so we have the number here. Here, I will point it with the pen. We have the number here. FU Money, first series, first unit, 01. And this will only have 24 units. So we have, I guess, by my last account, I had only 8 left. So if you want one of these hats, and if you live in Portugal, because, To send it overseas, it's a bit expensive right now, but we might calculate for some exceptional cases if you really want it. We might calculate the delivery fees if you live in a different country from Portugal. And if you want one, just go to the Telegram group, the Portuguese one or the English content one. Follow the fumoneypod.com and you see the links there, or also below the video in the video notes. And then you can talk directly to me and I will explain to you the process to get one. Okay, we have around 8 left, so don't forget that. I really appreciate you all being here today for the first weekly analysis of 2022. And we will resume the Saturday afternoon live streams, of course. So don't forget, next Saturday we will be here again, unless some Black Swan event occurs or something exceptional stops me from being here. Okay, guys? So that's it. Let me just remove the message and go back. So I guess no more questions. Yeah, everyone is really happy already. Let's go to the closing words. As you guys know, I always have the closing words here.
All right, let's roll. Hey, let's be careful out there.
Exactly, guys. Let's roll and let's be very careful out there in the markets. And don't forget to watch for those levels. 30K is the most important level of your life right now, if you have Bitcoin, of course. So that's it for today. Gently touch the like button, subscribe to the channels, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye-bye.